Oh boy, I've been waiting a long time to finally talk about this. Even though I told you which feels like last weeks ago, I talked about the first movie, I'm finally gonna talk about this one, Silent Hill Evolution. Yeah, it's been a long time since I had to say that title. But anyways, I'm finally gonna review this movie. This one that's based off the third one. Hold on. I'm gonna have to turn it up a little bit. The volume is really way down. There. Unlike the first movie, it's slightly less longer. This one, at times, is scary, but I checked out the low point of Rotten Tomatoes, gives it like almost 29%. Almost bad as the first one. But believe it or not, I didn't care. I actually like this one, because it does have resemblance from the third game. And this time, this one's by Universal for some reason. You know, the last one's done by Paramount. It's also like when you go see this movie when it came out years ago in 2012, it makes you want to wear 3D glasses. Yeah, like back then where movies make you wear 3D glasses. Is on how expensive they were back then. Nowadays we watch original movies. Some people will love this or some people will hate it because this movie feels a bit too short. Sure, this one has lots of resemblance from the third game, except for Pyramid Head because he wasn't in the third game. This one does have disturbing moments, and we have our main character Heather and her ego Asa telling her to not go to Silent Hill. This opening seemed a bit rushed. There's Harry Mason telling her it's a bad dream, and he gets randomly stabbed by pretty much foreshadowing villain, which you'll be seeing in the film later. And another jump scare in 5, 4, 3, 2. Here it comes. It was all another dream, and then a dream. Yep, there it is. Yes, you actually saw that. The loudest jump scare are Par-Tarts. Friggin' Par-Tarts. Unbelievable.
Rough night?
Dad, I don't want to do this again.
I know, honey. Yeah, spoons.
Sure, we have some of the characters, well, basically him from the last movie. You know, this one makes no sense, even though I just said it twice now. It's like the opposite from the first film.
I love it.
And give her her outfit, just like in the
It's one I
game.
saw you looking at in the mall.
Yeah, yes. Thank you. I love it. I love it so much.
Except
You're
at,
welcome, honey.
in the third one, she wears green. But in this one, she
What
wears
gray there, Dad?
fully red.
Your fault.
It's like the creators have not watched the gameplay on YouTube. Anyhow, she goes to school, you know, she was like in her 20s. And we see the last character from the last movie, Rose, that's still stuck in Silent Hill.
I made a choice.
Where's our daughter?
They'll come looking for her. They'll come looking.
And she explains that they'll still keep looking for her no matter where she goes. And he'll do his best to protect her. And that's why she left her with him. And we get like seeing these weird scenes where she sees some strange things happening where she lives. See a random homeless guy turn to a creature.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Sorry, what?
Are you okay?
Yes. Yes, I'm fine.
It's just that you don't want to be messing with the vagrants.
First of all, that's Douglas. In the game, he looked really old. On here, they could at least find a better actor to play him.
I was just saying if you needed some help.
This guy kind of looks
You
like in
are beyond our help.
his early 30s or 40s.
No, I don't think so.
No? I'm sure we have.
But unfortunately, this character doesn't get much screen time, just like in the last game he's in.
No.
She explains where she came from, but she'll not explain about, where.
Do you get all of your clothes from Goodwill?
Okay, you know what? Let me make this easier for you. This is the 5th school I've been to since I was 11. Me and my dad would move around. So I do this a lot. So don't bother trying to remember my name because I'm sure as hell not going to remember yours. Don't talk to me. We won't be friends. I won't IM you or Facebook.
Now to this movie's credit, I think the actor that plays Heather does a pretty good job. Um, don't get me wrong, I find her character of her acting skills almost, side of it good or bad side, kind of in a word for it, medium. And we get more special effects showing her past, which is meant to be scary, and change the background to be a worked up school. This is pretty much her weird visions are happening to her right now. Random monster showing, turned to be a teenager that's running late. And the character that also gets screen time is Vincent, who's also based off the video game of the third one, who's pretty much, in the word for it, an interesting character that finds the place of Silent Hill very fascinating. He's kind of a discoverer for
You okay?
other find goal
What are you doing
things.
out of class?
You know what? I'm lost. Can't find math. Any ideas?
No.
I don't want to keep referencing to the third game, but first of all, he's kind of a genius. He's really clever. He's kind of the word for it, a clever person to find the entire place of Silent Hill. Very fascinating. But on here, they become like a optional teenager, like that is pretty much the main love interest to Heather. Unlike the character in the game, spoiler alert, he dies from Mason, Claudia, which we'll see later. And she ends up in a random mall, and we see the word Happy Birthday Heather, creepy clown, and random sounds. Make it look like kids are eating blood and gore of meat. Make it very disturbing. random person getting their skin peeled off like beef meat.
No, it's not okay. Nothing is okay. Who are you?
My name is Douglas Cartland. I'm a private investigator.
Yep, he's a private investigator detective. But unfortunately, he doesn't last that long. He tries to help her, but randomly, this monster shows up and attacks them. And for Douglas, yeah, he does not survive this moment. Almost makes his character almost entirely pointless. She runs for her life, and while the cops discover about Douglas' dead body and see a picture of Heather, and Vincent is there too. And she tries to call for her father, that she'll be on her way home. And see some of the other weird strangers that appear in front of her and disappear.
No, I mean before. Where'd you come from?
Nowhere, really.
He tries to get some answers from her. Obviously, this random old man laughing.
There's a difference between dreams and reality.
What happened to the small talk? No. What's your favorite band? Do you Facebook? Nothing like that?
Fuck Facebook, do you?
I never think about it.
Everybody thinks about it.
Not me.
Yeah, they got something in common. They are both by their sounds and they don't got much friends. And they are just hanging out as regular teenagers do. Also, Bunny Rabbit. Anyhow, she returns home. Well, she realizes that her father's been captured. It does look like she has a choice to go back to Silent Hill. It shows the last scenes from the last film. So Vincent had no choice but to help Heather in her main troubles. While she's looking at a few paper, her notes about the origins of these weird creatures.
Silent Hill was originally a prison colony built on ground taken from the native Indians. They called it the place of the silent spirits.
Never build on ancient Indian burial grounds. I thought everyone knew that.
Also, did not learn their lesson. There's even a creature called Pyramid Head that guards the ancient one as well. They make a pit stop at a motel to rest there.
You think we're fine?
No.
They take a break from all that, and they are meant to be together. She dreams about her alter ego of her evil self destroying Silent Hill. He tries to convince her not to do it all by herself. Now when they have to work together, or to find him, and he explains that he was also a part of Silent Hill too, doing horrible cultures to him as well. I'll explain the rest of this in part 2 of Silent Hill Revolution. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched this movie a couple of times, so don't blame me for my plain knowledge of me sitting down talking about it. I'll explain the rest of it in the next video. See ya!